On today's episode of I Dey Bake Wetin No Good, cinnamon rolls was the expectation. What looks like bread was the outcome on the first attempt. This is my second attempt. Chineke na take control. Into my mixing bowl, I added 1 cup of milk. I dissolved this properly. Then I brought out my dry active yeast. I added 2 1/4 teaspoons, followed by 1/4 cup of sugar and 1 large egg. If you are not sure about the freshness of your egg, please don't crack it in directly. I mixed everything properly to combine. God abeg o. Into my sieve, I poured in 3 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I sifted the flour in case if there's any particle and also to make the flour lighter. I also added 1 teaspoon of salt. Now it is time to add the dry ingredients. You can add all at once or bit by bit. Now bring out your spatula or your ladle and begin to stir until a dough is formed. Now this particular part requires patience, especially if you do not have a mixer. All thanks to the people that God used to bless me with a mixer. If not, I foresee waiting Pashege Banza today. So I brought out my mixer, poured in the dough, set everything up, and the machine began to knead the dough. A few minutes later, I added the margarine. The measurement is 1/4 cup or 50 grams. I don't have a scale, so I use my eyes to gauge it. You need to knead the dough till it becomes stretchy. That is when you will know it is ready. I oiled my mixing bowl, poured in the dough, covered and allowed it to rest for 1 hour. While the dough is resting, let's prepare the filling. We are going to be using brown sugar. I added 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Remember the name is cinnamon rolls. I added 3 tablespoons of cinnamon powder. Into another bowl, add 1/2 cup of soft margarine or 120 grams. If you do not have a measuring scale just like me, you can gauge with your eyes, but please be careful. I stirred the margarine for some minutes before going in with the brown sugar and cinnamon powder. Stir it very well again for everything to combine. To get this consistency, 1 hour later, I brought out the dough. It has doubled in size. I continued to trust the process. I punched the dough to remove the excess air. I poured flour on my work surface, poured in the dough and began to flatten out. I had to cut the dough into 2 because my board was too small. Later on, I transferred it to the table to make it easier for me. Roll the dough till it is flat enough. Then begin to spread your mixture of margarine, cinnamon powder and brown sugar. Make sure to spread it evenly. Do not leave any stone unturned. Now roll it out just the way you saw me do. It is time to cut it. Please do not cut with your knife. You can use this thread method that I use. If you decide to cut out the dough with a knife, it will not come out as clean as the rope method. At this point, I am convinced that we are on the right track. I repeated the same process for the second batch. Bakers in the house, hope you are learning and jotting down from Almighty Agbabaker. I promised you guys on my birthday that I'm going to release so many secret recipes. You thought I was joking, right? Come and register for your masterclass now before I will stop collecting students. At this point, I was done cutting the dough. I covered it and allowed it to rest for 1 hour. 1 hour later, I opened it and it has doubled in size. My pastor wasn't joking when he said this year is my year. It is my year indeed. As you can see, the oven has been preheated. I set it at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, my brothers and sisters and siblings, faves, this is what we have. Somebody shout power. Power has been released by me. True, I dey bake wetin no good. When it comes to this baking thing, nobody comes close. I lead, others follow. You first follow me, make it end for premium tears. You guys laughed at me when I baked my birthday cake. Now the table has turned. I won. Share this video for more amazing recipes. Thank you all for watching and engaging. And follow me for no reason. I love you. Bye.